In my review of Mindblocks on PC, I had an awesome time with it, and criticized it for a lack of built-in info. I gave it a 9.5 for amazing. Unfortunately, the Android version of Mindblocks is an inconsistent, buggy mess. Even if half of it works well, it stands as one of the worst ports in the Android library. It's to be expected that an Android port of a Flash game would be a downgrade, so turning on touch controls is required for obvious reasons. In the Android version, the graphics have been turned down and there's not as much animation. There's one giant problem though. Even with the graphical downgrade, it still performs terribly. I estimated that the frame rate ranged from 5 to 13. But if the appalling frame rates weren't the main cause of strife, the touch controls are just as bad. I created a world in creative mode with a terrible frame rates. I realized I couldn't double jump to fly in the air. Placing and removing blocks feel insanely imprecise and cause huge amounts of frustration. Even though a fair amount of the game works normally, the gameplay is so excruciatingly bad that you won't even care or find solace in it. Combat in Mindblocks is terrible. It doesn't really notify you if and when you strike an enemy, if and when an enemy strikes you, or anything in between. So as soon as you buy yourself a shiny new Samsung phone, you should never stay anywhere near this awful port. For more of our videos, have a look at what we thought of Remote Foo or Bitmoji Party, or have a look at our original review. But for everything else, stick with Gambo Games.